Miami Dolphins still planning to trade Jalen Ramsey, and Minnesota Vikings emerge as a possible destination. Despite expectations that a move would occur during the 2025 NFL Draft, Jalen Ramsey, one of the league's most respected cornerbacks, officially remains on the Miami Dolphins roster. However, this may not last long. According to new reports, the Dolphins are still determined to find a new home for the veteran before the start of next season. Ramsey, a generational talent who shined as a first-round pick, no longer displays the speed he did in his golden years, but he remains an elite defender. In 2024, he started all 17 regular season games, accumulating 2 interceptions, 11 pass breakups, and recording a grade of 76.9 by Pro Football Focus, the 10th best among 116 cornerbacks evaluated. Now approaching 31 years of age, Jalen Ramsey is in the final stages of his career, but he still has the experience, game intelligence, and physicality needed to be a difference maker on any NFL defense. Signs of a possible split between Ramsey and Miami began to emerge even before the draft. Both the player and the franchise expressed that a trade would be mutually beneficial, indicating that the relationship, while respectful, appeared to be heading toward an end. While no trade was completed during the event, NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reinforced that the possibility of a trade is still very much alive. According to the insider, the ideal scenario for the Dolphins would be to make the move after June 1st, a strategic date that would allow the team to spread the financial impact of the dead money over several seasons, significantly alleviating the salary cap. Given the situation, one of the teams that is emerging as a possible destination for Ramsey is the Minnesota Vikings. The Minneapolis franchise made just 5 selections in the 2025 draft, and only 2 of them came in the first 4 rounds, limiting the team's ability to bolster critical areas through rookies. Despite now having a young and promising quarterback, in J.J. McCarthy, the Vikings still have an experienced and competitive roster capable of seriously challenging for a spot in the postseason, especially in an NFC North that promises to be one of the most balanced divisions in the league. The addition of Jalen Ramsey would be an immediate and impactful addition to the Vikings secondary. Joining the current cornerback group, Ramsey could transform Minnesota's defense into one of the most feared in the conference, providing stability, leadership, and decision-making ability in the most critical moments of games. With the team's strategy seemingly focused on winning in the present without compromising the future, acquiring a still productive veteran like Ramsey makes perfect sense. For the Dolphins, it would be an opportunity to free up financial space and start looking at renewing their defensive sector. What's next? With June approaching, market activity promises to heat up again. For Jalen Ramsey, a change of scenery seems inevitable, and for the Vikings, it could be the step they need to turn the promise of success into a concrete reality. The coming weeks will tell whether Minnesota will make the bold move of bringing in one of the best cornerbacks of this generation to bolster its quest to reclaim the NFC North. Minnesota Vikings in talks to sign Dennis Gardeck, according to Adam Schefter. The Minnesota Vikings remain active and aggressive in reshaping their roster for the 2025 season. According to respected ESPN insider Adam Schefter, the franchise is currently in advanced negotiations to acquire free agent linebacker and special teams specialist Dennis Gardeck. The move reinforces the team's clear intention to strengthen its defense and special teams, which are key pillars in its quest for a winning season. Sources close to the situation indicate that the contract under discussion would be for 2 years, with a total value estimated at $7.5 million, with a potential increase of $9 million with performance-based incentives. The deal would include a sizable signing bonus, demonstrating the seriousness of the Vikings' interest in securing Gardeck's presence at US Bank Stadium as soon as possible. Who is Dennis Gardeck, and why does he matter to the Vikings? For those who closely follow the NFL, Gardeck is synonymous with effort, overcoming obstacles and intensity. Undrafted in 2018, the linebacker earned his place with the Arizona Cardinals, where he quickly became one of the most respected names in coverage teams and, surprisingly, also as a situational pass rusher. In his best defensive season 2020, Gardeck recorded 7 sacks in just 93 defensive snaps, an absurd productivity for a player who, until then, was seen only as a special teams specialist. His relentless drive, leadership skills, and contagious energy have made him a valuable asset in the Cardinals' locker room. That's exactly the kind of profile the Minnesota Vikings are looking for: players with hunger, natural leadership, and an immediate impact on both defense and special teams. Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's vision. According to Schefter, head coach Kevin O'Connell and general manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah see Gardeck as not only a technical reinforcement, but also an example of culture and resilience for the young roster that the team is building. His work ethic and team spirit fit perfectly with the blood-in-the-eyes philosophy that the coaching staff wants to instill. With the defense coordinated by Brian Flores, who loves versatile players with the ability to generate pressure in different schemes, Gardeck would have a hybrid role. In addition to being an important presence on special teams, he would also be used as an outside linebacker in situational pressure packages, maximizing his disruptive ability. The impact on special teams and the hearts of the fans. If there's one thing Vikings fans know, it's that championships are built on depth, and often, games are won on the details of special teams. The addition of Gardeck would bring new energy to the sector, which already has talents like Josh Metellus and Ty Chandler, but needed more experience and aggressiveness. On social media, the reaction to the rumor released by Adam Schefter is already intense. Many fans see the possible arrival of Gardeck as a nod from the board to the seriousness of the 2025 season. Comments like, "This is the kind of Viking we need," and "Gardeck is pure heart," skull, dominated X, formerly Twitter, and fan forums. Next. Steps for the signing. According to Schefter, negotiations have intensified in the last 2 days and could be concluded by the end of the week if no unforeseen events arise during the medical exams. The talks, which began at the beginning of the offseason, gained traction after the voluntary minicamp, where the Vikings coaching staff identified the urgent need to strengthen the linebacker rotation and add more depth to the special teams. If everything comes to fruition, Dennis Gardeck should be officially introduced as a Vikings player in early May, in time to participate in the first mandatory offseason activities. Conclusion. A strategic move with a Vikings face. The potential signing of Dennis Gardeck is everything fans could hope for from a board that has worked with intelligence and passion to strengthen the roster with players who bring energy, technique, and a winning mentality. Gardeck may not be the most talked about name among the available free agents, but for those who know real football, his signing represents the kind of player who changes the mood of a locker room and defines the identity of a team. For fans who live and breathe purple and gold, the message is clear. The Vikings are not just preparing to compete, they are preparing to win. With each day, with each signing, the dream of seeing Minnesota at the top of the NFL becomes more real. And with Dennis Gardeck on board, the journey promises to be even more exciting. Eskal, Vikings Nation.